100.
Welcome to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Tuesday. And I mean Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Hey, Taco Tuesday.
How many you have?
How many am I going to get?
How many did you already have?
I'm going to tell you what I had for lunch today. I had a kind of tough day coming back off vacation. I was off on Monday. That's why we just shoot on Sunday, folks. But we coming to you on this Taco Tuesday. A little static in here. There you go, R2. We got it fixed now. We hot, ready
That's
to go.
That electricity I got
bringing it.
Man.
But no, I was off. You know, we didn't get to shoot on Sunday. Took the beautiful wife to go see Mary J. Blige for her birthday.
Miss Johnson.
Thank you to my beautiful kids, Deshaun and Shakayla Moore, for grabbing the tickets. She had a good time, man. I mean, we had a blast. She kicked it. We got a chance. We got down to Fort Worth Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Went to the room, nice room. I got the room, Nice.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I see you.
She broke out them boots.
Okay.
Baby, that's okay. Okay. I said, she said, baby, my skirt too. I said, baby, your skirt on fire, girl. You better quit.
Oh, stop it.
I said, girl, you better quit.
Oh, y'all working on another kid?
No, we don't.
Okay.
I got a grandbaby. My grandbaby just turned 3.
Ivy, that's right.
Yeah, I can't
She
be
was so
having
cute, man.
Yeah,
She had like a little princess thing.
Oh, yeah, we had that, man, you see, y'all gonna make me go blank. What was that theme?
I don't know, but she...
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, that Elsa
Elsa,
Frozen.
that's
yeah.
it. We rented a damn Elsa.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I used to, and you know me, you can speak for this.
Right.
We was lucky if we got to go down to that 15 McDonald's and got some a Happy Meal.
A Happy Meal.
Yeah, and you had to share your fries with your brothers and sisters.
Everybody.
Yeah, and a good day was when Mama got 20 nuggets.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? That's a good day.
You hear about some new adult Happy Meals they come out with now?
Come on, E.
Yeah.
No, it's for real.
For real.
You can get a 10-piece nugget or a Big Mac and a Happy Meal. It comes with a toy and everything.
Okay.
And them toys are suspect.
But no.
Yeah, they a little weird looking.
Yeah.
But get back to it. We had a good time. Got back in town, but we're shooting the show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So ain't nothing gonna stop. We might drop this on Thursday, but we got some big stuff coming up, man. Some great games last week, guys. I'll have to say, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Keep it 100, Tony.
Man, 100 showed out last Friday night.
Did we?
Man.
Hey.
We showed out.
Man.
I mean, we having people asking.
I wouldn't say we showed out. We showed up.
We should. Yeah. I mean, we asking people, who are y'all? We 100.
Yeah. Oh, that's y'all?
That's y'all?
Yeah.
And that's what we do. A little shout out to Jackson. He wanted to change numbers, but baby, you ain't ready. You got to come up to the plate because we hitting home runs. We looking like.
Hey, but he played baseball.
Oh, he did. He did. He college graduate.
Yeah. He was good in baseball.
He was good. But that's why I said we hitting home runs over here.
Yeah.
We ain't striking out.
Oh, okay.
Because the web page is gonna be up.
Boom.
Should be up this week.
Home run.
Thank you, HR Jessica.
Ooh, don't she do a lot?
She do a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why she had them black boots.
Huh.
Hey, you do good. Daddy gonna take care of you.
Oh, as he should.
Hey, but I'm telling you right now, I got to give it up to that McAllister game.
Man, what a game that was.
What a game.
Was.
The fans.
Yeah.
After the game, me and E, y'all should have seen E. You gotta. I wish somebody would have recorded.
I should have called it.
We should. He looked like Forrest Gump.
Yeah. He was moving.
Come on.
Eric said, I'll get you in a minute. He said, okay. Folks, he showed out.
Yeah, he showed
Over
out.
8,000. You got to put that clip up.
Right.
Over 8,000 views. Him talking to Eric. And he got the first look at Eric. He got the first talk. Not nobody else, but Big E got it from Keep It 100.
Big E.
Shout out to Eric for letting me get that interview for sure.
Sir,
And also, I want to apologize to the McAllister fan base. In one of my tweets, I misspelled McAllister.
That's that auto text.
Yeah, I spelled it like the restaurant. I had people in my mentions talking about, man, he was thinking about sandwiches when tweeting this out. But,
that's all right, because they got those buffalo
right.
sandwiches over there.
Yeah.
That's all you had to say, Big E. We make mistakes.
Hey, McAllister's is good. It's right next door to my work. I'll be going over there all the time. Love me some
really
McAllister's.
Yeah.
I got me a buffalo sandwich today.
Did you?
From Arby's. 2 buffalo sandwiches and a little
People
slider
sleep
roast
on
beef.
Arby's, man.
I just thought you
love
took
Arby's.
like a loaf of bread and chased down a buffalo and bit him on the rear. You know what I mean? You gotta get clear, Tony.
Y'all crazy.
You got him cracking up over here, man.
Well, let's get this show started, baby, because we
get
got a lot to talk about, a little
we
time
do.
to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to go get this show jumping. We're going to talk about OU. E's
Oh, who?
whoever. Coach Venables, I know he's going to get it turned around. We got to give the
He
man some
definitely
love.
will.
Give him some time,
take-
folks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
will.
people
You know what?
forget. You got a new coach coming in. Rome wasn't built in a day. When Bob Stoops came in, his first season wasn't that great. And, I think we were kind of sunshine pumping at the beginning of the season, kind of hyping the team up,
Right.
knowing that, transitions were coming and, all that good stuff. So I think a lot of Sooners fans, myself included, kind of got our hopes up. But, in the back of my mind, I was always like, maybe this season's not going to turn out the way everybody's thinking. So I kind of prepared myself, kind of lowered my expectations a little bit. Those first 3 games, we looked pretty good. But, this is the stuff you kind of have to deal with coaching change and everything like that, because you got to think most of the guys on this roster, they were recruited by Lincoln Riley and Grinch, and to fit their system, and these two systems are not the same. Venable's defense is really hard to learn. There's a lot of moving parts to it and everything, so that's why you'll see a lot of blown assignments from the secondary and from the defensive line this season. I think towards the end of the season you might be seeing some improvement in that aspect, and also with the offense, there's a lot of moving components and everything too. You had Dylan Gabriel go down with a nasty hit. It was a dirty hit. That guy should probably be getting a suspension. But yeah, so Dylan Gabriel will more than likely be out this next week, especially with all the talks about concussion protocol and the NFL and everything. If y'all saw what happened to Tua on Thursday night, man, that was a scary sight. You just see all of his hands and his fingers lock up. Looked like he was kind of having a seizure. And now you got investigations underway and everything in the NFL and in Miami. So
they've already terminated the.
They already terminated that doctor who they said he's not affiliated with the team. He said he was an unaffiliated doctor, but he was still fired due to that. And hopefully. Both Tua and Gabriel will have good recoveries. Hopefully they'll come back and, still be the same. But, man, that was a scary hit that both Tua and Gabriel took. I mean, you saw Gabriel go out cold after that hit.
They're
so
both left-handed, too.
Yeah, both Hawaiian. So
that's
some crazy comparisons right there.
Crazy.
But, OU also had a lot of injuries. You saw Theo Weiss go down. There's a couple others that got hurt during that game, so it's very possible OU will be pretty short-handed going into the Red River rivalry. But you saw those missed assignments and everything. But the thing about TCU game was, one thing that I like to see from TCU side of the ball is one of my former teammates at Choctaw. He got to see the field first time he's been able to get into a game since his the first game of his senior year. He goes out, he gets tackled late out of bounds, and shatters his kneecap, breaks his kneecap, but he was back out there, had a catch in the game last Saturday, sorry. So it was good to see him out there doing his thing, and I really think he's going to be a guy here next 2 years. He might be a guy that you see a lot on the TCU offense. I mean, he's an explosive guy, can take the top off the defense. So I'm wishing him well and wishing him some success over there in Fort Worth. But with Dylan Gabriel being out, it'll likely be up to Bevel, the freshman Nick Evers, or RT's favorite quarterback, General Booty. So,
what
so it might.
Booty? Did Booty get some action the other night?
I think he did. I don't know. I was at work when the game was going on, so I couldn't see all the games.
Who was the guy that went in the game?
That was Davis Bevel. He didn't look very good at all.
Let him go.
Yeah.
I mean, put him in the transfer portal. Let him go. Evans, I think you should give Evans a chance.
I think so too.
I tell you this, D. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. Everybody talk about Gabriel. You talk about Gabe. I'm call him Gabe because I got a kid named Gabe.
Yeah.
And his name is real Gabriel. But you talk about Gabe. The kid is not consistent.
No.
I mean, you be wide open.
But you got to think he's knocking some rust off.
No.
He's coming off that collarbone injury from last year. He didn't play much last year. He's still trying to knock some rust off.
Shouldn't play the rest of the season then. Because you're talking about.
I mean, if Evers comes out here and assuming that the starter's Evers, I hope in my mind that Evers is the starter this weekend because I've watched.
They finally went with the freshman running back, which they should, and that's the thing about it. You see number 7, they're so inconsistent. I'm gonna keep it 100. They're so inconsistent. One week we play these freshmen. You see Gentry, the first game he plays in, he gets a pick. Now you haven't seen him since. Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. Y'all listen to me.
Loud and clear.
If you are a senior, you're still a 5th year, 6th year senior, you're still at OU, you're not going to the league. I'm just keeping it 100. I mean, you've been there forever and ever, and ain't nobody giving you no credit to try to go to the league.
Yeah.
Man, let's move on to the younger guys.
I agree.
Life after football.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, I like my man number 25, but man, every week you look lost. And you came out as a high top recruit, a 5-star, over 25 30 offers, and you still can't line up. Still can't.
You got to think, Tony.
I
He's
can't
learning a new
put
defense.
that all out on him.
Nah.
He's learning a new defense.
Man, I'm going to tell you something, E. Spaghetti is spaghetti if you get it from here.
No, that's not true.
If
That's
you
not
get it
true.
from there.
The E don't know nothing about sugar in his spaghetti.
That I do not.
See what I'm saying?
That I do not.
That was a bad.
But seriously,
you got to go with the young guys, man.
It's
you got to
tough.
go with the young guys.
It's like you working at one spot and then you get a new boss that come in with a different scheme or expectations, and you got to learn their style.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand that, RT, but I'm saying the guy is still missing tackles. Tackles ain't got nothing to do with nobody's scheme.
It's a fair point.
I mean, numbers.
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know.
Let some of these other guys play.
I would like to see Jaron Kanek out there more. I mean, when he was out on the field, he was making plays left and right, making tackles, getting the hand on the
Why
ball.
we're not playing Gentry?
So, I would like to see Gentry out there too. Hopefully,
play these guys, man.
If I were the head coach going into this week, taking the loss
I'm
that we
playing
did
everybody.
last week, yeah, I'm
everybody.
well, I mean, this is a rivalry game. It's important, but I'm showing up to practice. Day one of practice, going into Red River rivalry week. I'm telling the team nobody's spot is locked up.
Nobody.
Everybody's got an open audition this week. We got to get stuff turned around this season. That's how I would approach
even
it.
the scout players?
Even the scout players. Let
Yeah,
everybody get
Wide open.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, a lot of times the scout players are not allowed to get off the way they can get off. They're told, hey, I need you to run directly through this gap every single play. Don't make any adjustments. Just run through this gap.
Yeah.
They don't have the same opportunity as those 1s, 2s, and maybe 3s.
Well, that's fine. Let all those 1, 2s, and 3s, get their shot. Maybe you see a Gentry Williams move up the depth chart. You see Jaron Kanek move up the depth chart. I mean, they showed flashes of good things in the first 3 games.
Okay.
I'm saying, the thing that
Who they play
I'm not
the first 3
necessarily
games?
nobody, but
Okay.
still,
Okay.
they were out there making plays. Granted, they were against group of 5 FCS opponents, whatever, but. You saw good mechanics out of some of those guys. You saw good pursuit to the ball out of those guys. I think that's just how if I were the head coach, obviously I'm not. I'm here
Right.
talking on a podcast.
That's so
But
much easier.
It's so much easier. But that's kind of the mindset I would have going into practice is like nobody's spot's open. Nobody's spot's
Can I say
locked
something
up.
real quick?
What's up?
You're talking on not just any podcast.
Keep it 100.
Thank you.
Yeah. But
Hey.
But anyways, moving on. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'd like to see Evers out there. I think in high school he was a top 10 quarterback in the nation last year, and he did a lot of good things with his arm and with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of the guy that Levy's looking for. Which is why he went out and grabbed him. He was committed to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Levy's in his ear, gets him flipped to Oklahoma.
Boom.
So I think we give him a shot. I mean,
Okay.
what happened last time we let a true freshman start in the Red River rivalry? Granted, it was under a new coaching staff, but now that guy's probably front runner for the Heisman right now. So,
Who was that we talking about?
yeah,
Caleb Williams.
Kelly Williams.
Oh, okay.
Caleb Williams popped onto the scene, Red River rivalry last week after halftime. Rest is history.
Yeah.
So,
Including OU.
come on now.
Hey,
Is it over?
But,
They're not going to no Memorial Day. New Year's Eve bowl. They're going.
yeah, I mean, unless
they're
if
not
they
going
win
to
out,
a big bowl.
if they win out, which I don't see
They're going to
happening.
Alligator Bowl.
But
the Alamo Bowl.
Alligator.
Oh.
I think they
You
can
heard of
still
that
play
bowl?
in a New Year's Six bowl if they win out. I mean, you see teams with 2 losses,
E-
but I'm not
E-
saying they will. I'm saying if they do,
They're
Tony.
not going to win out. They're going to get beat by Kansas. They're going to get beat by 10. They're going to go 6-4. Well, how many games they play? 12.
Yeah.
12, 10, 12. So it'd be 6 and
They're
6.
going to be playing at Woodson.
They're going to be playing in the class of the Titans.
But
CT, they coming.
yeah,
Kel Gundy going to hold it. He
man,
going to host it. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to be mad.
but yeah, going into the Red River rivalry, Texas looks solid, but nothing really jumps off the paper for me except for
Is your quarterback coming back?
they said there's a chance of viewers coming back this week, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. But even if they did, Card and Ewers, I mean, neither of them have really impressed me so far this season, but they still have that receiver, Xavier Worthy, who's extremely talented, and Bijan Robinson. So, containing those guys will be kind of a task, especially for a defense that was pretty
can't
bad
tackle.
last week. So, yeah. So they're going to have to step it up this week if we want a chance of winning that game.
Okay.
But I have another. I think this year Red River rivalry, it'll be high scoring. That game's always close. It doesn't really matter, or at least for the past several years, it's been pretty close. It doesn't matter if one team's good, one team's bad.
Right.
They're both really good. They're both pretty bad. It's just always been a close game. So, and that's how it is with rivalries. This is how it is. One of the best, if not the best, rivalry in college football. So, moving on to OSU. They continue to look pretty solid on offense and on defense. Currently, they're my favorite to win the conference. But Spencer Sanders looks pretty improved from last season. I think if he keeps it up, he could be a dark horse to win the Heisman. I don't think you can put him in there right now with some of these guys that are doing their thing. C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, that quarterback from Washington, Penix, he's doing pretty good as well. And Adrian Martinez, I mean, you saw him last week or a couple weeks ago against Kansas State, and he pretty much did the same thing against. I think they played Texas Tech this past week, so you saw him do the same thing over there. So I think he could also be a dark horse. And also, first time that College Game Day, the ESPN Morning College Game Day show, will be in Lawrence, Kansas, as Kansas is taking on.
Go Jayhawks!
Yeah, Kansas taking on TCU, both undefeated. Both are ranked as of this week, and Kansas isn't just a fluke team. I saw them winning games early on in the season. I was like, maybe it's just a fluke game. Maybe it's just a fluke team. OU's not ranked, but
Texas ranked?
Nope.
First time since what?
I think I read something. Was it like
1998?
1998.
I think it was 1998.
But yeah. Anyways, so Kansas looks pretty solid. Jalen Daniels at quarterback. That's another guy that can be in the Heisman conversation. He looks pretty good. And then the running back, Daniel Highshaw or Deuce Highshaw. He's doing his thing, and Lance Leopold seems to have turned things around over there. But with all these head coaching jobs that are coming open, it might just be short-lived over there in Kansas for Leopold. With Nebraska open up, Arizona State opening up, and then Wisconsin. More money.
Why would you? Man, Kansas got money. They got the basketball team. They got money.
The basketball team got money.
No, they're gonna
the basketball team got money. The football team may have a little more money after this season, but the basketball team's got money.
We ain't going nowhere. Why the hell would you go? Why would you go to Arizona State? You saw what they did to the last coach.
You know how much easier it is to recruit kids to go to Arizona State than it is to go to Kansas?
Gave him the peace signing. Why would you go to Arizona State? Answer me one question. Because it's hot?
More money, more talent.
There ain't no talent in Arizona State. Boy, they play
They're close to California.
Time out.
They're close to California.
Time out.
Time out.
They play at midnight.
Some guys
they
like
play
that.
At midnight. Nobody wants to stay up and watch that bad football. I don't know anybody saw Arizona last week because they played USC. They're horrible, E. Horrible. And who's the other team you talked about?
Nebraska. And Wisconsin.
They're bad.
Nebraska is a storied program, though.
Yeah.
Whose boosters continue to show out.
Back.
Whose fans continue to show out.
Yeah.
It's a historical program.
It's not coming back.
It's not.
No.
I think you can get a guy into Nebraska and they can turn that program around.
I
really do.
Frost. The guy was the mayor, the president, whatever he was. He didn't turn it around. Martinez is out here like you just said. Martinez go to K-State. Now he up for the Heisman.
Maybe Scott Frost isn't the coach. He came from a group of 5 school.
Who?
Scott Frost.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying those 2 schools, man, coach in Kansas. Stay in Kansas. Toto's in Kansas.
I think he leaves.
The Wizard of Oz is in Kansas. So stay there.
That's about
and
it.
Win. But did you not see
basketball and cornfields? That's all there is in Kansas,
what?
Man.
They're supporting them right now. If I'm getting the support, say why would you tell Venables to come back to Oklahoma? You ain't gonna win a national championship. And I love my Sooners, but you're not. You ain't won a national championship since when? 2002. 2002. E. That's 22 years ago. It ain't gonna happen. I know you get fired up at me when I send my Tony. I ain't ready for you today. I don't want to hear all that today. Man, it ain't happening. You might as well become an Oklahoma State fan or a Tulsa fan, or you might as well jump on UCO. They 3-1.
Never
go
that.
Broncos.
But nah, I think
I'm just telling you, man. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I stay right there.
I think
Kansas.
I think maybe you're making a point with the Arizona State job, but I was just throwing that out there. There's money to be made there, and there's talent close by.
What happens? What happens if and when Kansas football program goes back the opposite direction to where they have been in the past.
It's
And
not
then
gonna
you done
happen.
missed
It's all
your
about
opportunity.
I don't think it's
history.
gonna happen.
Good football
I
teams
think
have been good football teams for years and years and years. Alabama
but
been
man,
doing their thing for years.
But listen, it also
Ohio
comes to-
State been doing their thing for years. Michigan been doing their thing for years.
No,
Oklahoma
Michigan was
been doing
down
them
for a
things for
while.
years.
Michigan was
Kansas
down.
only had one good season in 2007, and then after that
Eight.
it was
Eight.
terrible. And then you turn it around this year. It's not Kansas is not going to continue to be a great football program.
I know what Kansas can say.
What's that?
They got a better record than OU.
That's fine. That won't be the case probably 2-3 years from
How
now.
are you gonna say that you're gonna SEC? You're not even gonna be a top 5 team in the SEC. I mean, right now you wouldn't even make it to a bowl game using the SEC, and it ain't gonna get no better because
I
next
said
year,
next 2 to 3 years, Tony.
I'm saying you're not gonna get any better
2
going
to
at
3 years,
Hey,
Tony.
guess
Time
who's
out.
smiling right now?
what?
Guess who's smiling right now?
Who?
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, but listen to me. You're not gonna get any better going to SEC next year. You're gonna have a worse record. Arkansas.
And I'm not disagreeing with that.
I'm just saying. So when you gonna recover? You're not going to.
I think you can. It's Oklahoma. It's Oklahoma.
What does that mean?
It's a
You're not-
historical
think
program.
about
The
what-
history.
Man,
Tony,
everything.
think about when
Everything.
John Blake was there.
John
And then
Blake was a
Stoops-
hell of a coach.
and then Stoops
He was a
come
hell of a
in.
recruiter. Stoops won with Blake's players.
True enough.
We still can't get players to come here. Everybody, the D-line gonna be good this year. Our linebackers gonna be good
We've
this
had
year.
5-star, high 4-star recruits coming in every time.
Pause. Don't go by the 5-star.
No,
I'm not
all-
saying I do. I mean, we've seen it. 3-star,
You see kids come
3-star
in here?
athletes that come in here and
You got
they
kids
do
that come
play
in
better
here-
5-star.
You got kids that come in here every
I
year.
believe in this coaching
this kid's
staff.
going-
I
this-
believe in the development that they're going to do with these kids. You have Todd Bates coaching up the D line. You can look at Todd Bates' resume. Look at how many guys Todd Bates
I'm
coached that
asking
are
you-
in the
I'm-
NFL and doing their thing.
I'm asking
right
you a
now.
quick question.
Look at how many players
I'm
Brent
asking you a
Venables
quick
have
question.
coached and doing their thing
I'm
in the
asking you a
NFL
quick
right
question.
now.
Before we get in this high school, or is keep it 100. I'm asking you a question though. You're talking about OU and this, and this, but Lincoln Riley, he left and he didn't have nobody at USC. They was having tryouts, walk-ons, and he still got a better record than OU.
They play in the Pac-12.
I'm telling you, man. Like I told you before,
You put OU. You put this year's OU team in the Pac-12. I guarantee you, they maybe have they don't have 2 losses.
What did
they
I
may
tell
have
you
one.
before? OU is like a prom date.
What's that?
She gets dressed up one good day, and
Yeah.
then the next day she turns back in the Cinderella and she's ugly. And that's real. They say you was
It's all-
all pumped up the first 3 games. Man, we just beat Nebraska by 50 points. And guess what? We just got rolled up by TCU, the Horned Frogs. The Horned Frog. What the hell is a Horned Frog?
Ribbit.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Keep it 100. Talk about, man. Love you, Chase Jackson. Glad that young man got on the field. Good to see that, man. He went through some battles, being hurt, battle through it, man. Every time he steps on the field, he'll tell you he does it for his mama. The kid's a hell of a player, man, out of Choctaw, Harris, Oklahoma. I'm telling you, man, keep doing your thing, Chase Jackson. Hope you can make it to the next level, man. I'm telling you, man, high school sport is hot right now. If you're not saying it's not hot,
Well,
we're
let's
gonna have
talk about it.
Hey, we're going to have a special guest here in probably about 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to have the outstanding defensive lineman from Ethan School, the Choctaw Yellow Jackets. They take on Deer Creek, number 2 versus number 3. It's going to be for the district championship because everybody else in their league is all JV teams. So it's going to come down to these 2 teams right here, and everybody else is just hoping to get in, knocking on the door and say, "Give me a playoff spot," because it's going to come down to Choctaw and Deer Creek. But let's get back.
Is Muskogee on the other side? Yeah,
Muskogee's on the other side. No, hey,
Stillwater.
we're going to talk about them too. We're going to get on them.
Yep.
But let's do some recap. We're going to recap real quick.
All right.
6A, we're going to give it up to Zoe and the Westmore Jaguars coming up a little bit short against Jinx. He was down at one point, 28-3, came back and tried to make it a game.
Yep.
Ended up losing 28-22. Zoe got to keep balling because it's hot over there, like hotcakes and eggs over there. He got to keep doing his thing. He got a couple enough tough games, but he got to win the games he can. And I tell you right now, Moore started off pretty hot, and guess what? They lost 2 in a row.
Man.
Just got knocked off by one of the Woods boys over there in Enid. I think that program is getting turned around real quick. He's doing big things over there. He was at John Marshall. Now he's over there at Enid, and he's doing big things for them. Mustang survives another one. It was Blankenship versus Blankenship. The Blankenship from Muskogee gets the win over the cousin or brother, whatever they are. There's Blankenships, all I know. Over 27-17. Stillwater still doing this thing, making it way. It's going to come down to Stillwater and Muskogee.
Yep.
Mr. Franklin, I'm telling you right now.
Bird.
The Bird. I'm telling you right now. You heard it first on Keep It 100. Everybody else jumping on the bandwagon. but you heard it right here on Keep It 100. This kid's going to have 25 to 30 offers. People's hating on him. Don't hate, man.
Real deal.
The kid is the real deal.
He still got 2.5 more seasons.
2.5 more seasons. Some of y'all seasons over this year, and you got one offer. So quit hating. That's all I got to say. Haters, quit hating.
I was watching some of his highlights of this last game, and the way that, first of all, that tight spiral that he throws is super impressive. And the windows that he's throwing this ball into, it is crazy. He's just a sophomore. And he's fitting this ball in these tight windows.
Everybody talking about his throwing motion. Man, ain't nothing wrong with his throwing motion.
His throwing motion does look a little awkward, but I mean, if it gets the job done.
Man, I done seen him sidearm it in a small pocket just like Mahomes does.
Hey, you know what, man? Every grade, I tell you, like right now, Lincoln Riley probably like to have him. You probably like to have him.
Yeah, I'd like to see him in Crimson.
I mean, I'm just telling you right now. Everybody gonna go after this young man. Maybe they're not knocking on the door yet, but he's gonna get him. It's gonna come.
He's just a sophomore.
It's gonna come. I'm telling
after this season, guarantee you that recruiting's gonna blow up.
Game over.
Shout out to his coaching staff as well as those receivers that make him look good as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I
definitely number 8, number 3.
Number 8.
And I got a bold prediction to say as well. 2025, once those rankings come out, he'll be a top 5 quarterback in the nation.
Got you.
If they're looking at the film and they're looking at the stats, those guys know what they're talking about and they know what they're looking at, he'll be a top 5 quarterback in the nation.
22 touchdowns.
We got Manuel Crawford, the running back from Grove, and I think Grove is a sleeper, folks. I'm telling you right now. Everybody talk about McAllister. Everybody talk about Carl Arbor. Everybody talking about Dell City. Everybody talking about Bishop McGinnis. Everybody talking about Guthrie. But there ain't nobody talking about Grove and Emmanuel Crawford each week is putting up big numbers. I'm telling you, you got to watch out. Hey, you saw it this week. Everybody saw the young man from McAllister, Eric McCarty, right?
McCarty.
The kid is a real deal. He's a great high school football player. He reminds me a lot of Rocky Calmans. He really does, man. I mean, it's the things he do. I mean, if you watch him for 3 quarters, Dell City defense shut him out. And finally, guess what? You woke up the sleeping giant, and guess what? He went on. And I tell you, I know everybody's saying he's going to play. He's not going to play running back in college. He's going to play defensive back. The guy can come up and tackle. He'll hit you in the mouth. He keeps going. And I'm going to tell you this, Mom and Dad, for him. If he doesn't make it in football, he needs to get hooked up with, what's that, Head and Shoulders.
Oh, for the hair? The shampoo?
For the hair.
Yeah.
If you don't make it in football, young man, let me get you hooked up with Head and Shoulders.
Eric, you got that swag is what he's saying.
You got that swag, man. You do. Man, I just tell you, when he was interviewing, man, I love when you get a kid that's humble and he ain't too good and he try to blow you off like he better than you. Man.
You know what I like most? Not only that he's humble, but, man, he was, like, so, like, relatable, like down to earth. He didn't. You know, some people put on the act and they want to get like real corporate professional, or they want to play or give the political answers. You know, include everyone. He straight up said he respect Dell City. He wants to see him in the state game to put a show on.
Put a show on, Coach Jones. He calling you out, baby. And we'll get in all that, man. We'll get in all that. I know Coach Jones. He's licking little wounds because that's the type of coach he is, man. He takes it personal, but I know he knows, hey, this is all business. Guess what? Sometimes you got to lose those games to wake you up and say, hey, man, you know what? We are for real. We're not untouchable.
You know that's what happened to Carl Albert in 2016.
Yeah.
They lost to McGinnis and then came back and won 5 straight.
5 straight.
Man.
We'll bring right back after what?
After one of our sponsors.
Keep it 100.
Oklahoma High School Sports. Right back.
With 25 years experience in the industry, Linex Customs OKC is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle accessory needs. Specializing in spray-in liners, lifts, levels, wheels, tires, bed covers, and anything else you need to make your ride look and sound better. Call Eric and the boys at 405-778-8878.
Welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Tuesday. Like I said, Tuesday afternoon, Taco Tuesday.
Yep.
We'll be bringing Will Smith. He's still at practice getting ready for them Deer Creek Antlers. Like I said, they take on Deer Creek this week for the district championship. Should be a great game. Come out Friday night. I think that's the game that Keep It 100 is going to be focusing on this week. But like I said, we're going to finish up the recap of last week's games. I tell you, man, like I said, in 6A, we finished up with 6A real quick. We had, like I said, Mustang knocking off over Wausau. Wausau, it puts them, it's going to be tough for them to get in the playoffs right now, man. But hopefully they can find a way to make it happen. We're going to go straight into, we got 5A. Number one, McAllister took on Dell City, a game that we was at, a game that was really good. Went back and forth. It was like RT kind of said it earlier in last week's show. It was kind of like a heavyweight fight.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams taking shots at each other. The funny thing about it, man, Dell City goes up 23 to 13.
Believe so.
About 2 minutes left in the game,
Yep.
and we're about to say ball game on Twitter. And then next thing I know, I'm about to hit send. And next thing you see McCarty going up the sidelines, 80 yards for a touchdown. Cut the lead to 3 points, do an onside kick. That onside kick was probably the longest onside kick of ever. That took forever. They
had like an
multiple
offside
times.
penalties and
I mean, it took
false
forever.
starts and
Dell City does onside.
McAllister
does onside kick. They recover it, but it was touched. It was touched, before he went his 10 yards. So then, Dell City got the ball. So about this time, it's probably a minute and maybe 20 left in the game.
it was closer to 2 minutes still.
So Dell City, MacArthur still has 2 timeouts.
McAllister.
McAllister still has 2 timeouts. And so you're looking like what they're going to do. First play, they run the ball. He gets probably about 7 yards. The next thing he fumbles. And guess what? The McAllister crowd goes wild. Everybody's pumped up.
So let's talk about that for a minute real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A lot of people, based on the time on the clock,
Yes, sir.
and with the new OSSA rules, there's the 40-second clock now. However, when someone has 2 timeouts and it's close to 2 minutes, as soon as you run a play, let's say it knocks off 10 seconds, timeout, boom. So you only ran 10 off. Let's say it was right at a minute and 50 seconds left in the game. Now we're down to 140. You run it again, 10 seconds, now you're at 130.
You still got to punt the ball.
Right. There was still time on the clock, so I believe that what Coach Jones had in mind was, let me run the ball a couple of times to see if I can get that first down. When I get that first down, then I go to victory formation. So here's what I don't understand, and sometimes I may be even guilty of it.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times when you're not in that storm or in that battle, it's easy to be on the sideline or follow up the next day on a show or our show and say, he should have, he could have, he would have. You know what I mean? Same with, holding on to timeouts, all of that. It's easier to be a coach when you're not in that battle.
Yep.
So a lot of people have a lot of things to say, but until you're in that battle and see what's going on, you kind of want to, try to see it from both sides. And so I said that to say this. Going back, if things could have been done differently, I think some plays could have been changed up, but that's on both sides of the ball. But that game was closer than what it should have been.
Yes, sir.
As you stated, Dell City stopped Eric running the ball. Eric is a heck of a defensive player. I mean, best tackler I've seen in a long time. So I'm saying that those two teams will meet up in the championship, and I believe it'll be another close game, but I don't think it will be as close like it was going into overtime.
You know what, RT?
What's that?
You talk about they're going to be in the championship.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it 100.
Yeah.
I don't think they both. I think maybe one of them will get to the championship, but I don't think both teams will get to the championship.
Really?
Because right now, I mean, that game, really, truly speaking, watching that game, not taking that from McAllister, not taking that from Dell City, but both teams did a lot of, some things that they could do better. I think Jones can do better. I think when they go back and watch film, Data had all the time in the world to run the ball. I mean, when you spread,
you don't think they'll make adjustments on both sides?
I just think this is my key, and you've been around football long.
Yeah,
you've been in a lot of state championships.
Yeah,
the ball's going to get cold. Your hand, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not used to throwing the football a lot, you got to get it just. That's why you see a lot of Tom Brady's. A lot of these guys wear gloves. So I think Day-Day's going to have to get in a really, really good groove. You saw in the fourth quarter when it's down to fourth down, Kanaj bailed them out. Even the throw was low, but the 3 throws before that was real low. So he's going to have to get more comfortable in that pocket or take off the run.
And you don't think Coach Jones is going to make those adjustments?
I mean, Coach Jones is a great coach. He's going to do those things. But you're saying both teams have been championship. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Grove.
Defense went Grove.
I think a lot of people sleeping on Grove. Grove.
What is Tony talking about?
Grove.
Scratching my head on that one.
They 5A.
Listen, man.
I'm just saying.
Defense wins championships.
You know what? I think you're right. I see something. I see a lot of potential in Southmore. I think they can come around and win the 6A1, man.
Southmore.
That's exactly what you basically saying with Grove right now. Now you see what we're
You see what I'm saying? Stop it, because you still got McGinnis, Guthrie, Carlisle.
These next 4 weeks is gonna play a lot out. This week it starts this weekend. You got McGinnis and Guthrie.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever wins that game's in the driver's seat. Carlisle's got to knock off both of them to stay away from Del City. Back to back.
Man.
And then you got Piedmont, a team that beat you about a few years back.
Carlisle got the.
I tell you another game this week. I know we jumping ahead, but this Thursday night you got Coweta and McAllister.
Yeah.
That's going to set the tone. Who's going to be the 5A? I mean, if the 5A district championship in that district.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because if
Coweta got to go through Del City as well.
But if McAllister wins,
oh yeah, if McAllister wins,
the district championship.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So there you go. So then Del City got and don't sleep on Coweta. Don't sleep on them. Them boys are putting up points. Mason Ford said, "Hey, it's my year. It's my year."
I like Mason.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just think that I it's I wouldn't say that Del City and McAllister are both going to make it back. I don't.
Chicken sandwich right now.
Chicken sandwich. We go steak dinner.
Going on the record.
We go to Lone Star.
I believe Del City and McAllister.
We go to Lone Star.
Will be playing in the championship.
I think one of them will make it.
I second that. I
think both will make it. I just think because I think you got coaches out there now that's out of blueprint.
So who is going to make it then, Tony?
I think Bishop McGinnis is going to be there. I think Bishop McGinnis is going to be there, man. They got a good running back, great offensive line, quarterback can throw the ball. I'm just saying it's all the tools you got to have to win it. I don't know who Bishop McGinnis is going to knock off, but I will say Bishop McGinnis is going to be there. I mean, a lot of coaches saw the blueprint of how to beat McAllister, how to beat Del City. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
That's
Tony.
my thought. Hey,
Tony.
That's my thought. This is a talk podcast show, high school sports show. That's how I feel. Not taking that. I didn't say Del City wasn't going to be there. I didn't say McAllister wasn't going to be there. I just said one of them's not going to be there. So, folks, if you're watching this show, make sure you plug this in. Well, I don't know what we at in the show. 11 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes. But make sure you remember what I said. So when it comes to playoff state championship, you be like, man, that Tony Johnson was right because he was keeping it 100.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Move on.
Moving on to now is it 4A?
4A.
You got Blanchard beating Newcastle 19-0.
I tell you right there, that's a tough. I'm telling you, I was looking at the standings the other day, and good as Newcastle is, they're undefeated and they lose that one game, but they're not even in the top 10.
Can we go back for a second? I
To
know
5A?
we all over the place, but
Yeah.
because Del City lost, and if McAllister beats Coweta, and let's say Del City beats Coweta,
Del City's number 2 seed.
Del City's number 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the semis, you said you think McGinnis is going to be in the championship.
Yes, sir. So you're saying
if McGinnis, let's say Guthrie and Carlisle both beat McGinnis, which you probably don't think that, right?
Guthrie and Carlisle are both going to beat McGinnis? No. I think McGinnis will win that district. I think it's McGinnis' year. This is real talk, RT. It really, and I'm going to be real with you. People might love me. People might hate me for saying this. It's really going to depend on what Reed DeQuazy can do.
So, okay.
Because I think if Reed DeQuazy can come back,
Quarterfinals.
I think if Reed DeQuazy, are you listening to me now?
Quarterfinals.
Talk to me.
Quarterfinals. Who you think gonna win district out of Carlisle, McGinnis, and Guthrie?
I said Bishop McGinnis.
Okay.
I think Carlisle
They got to
finished
see
too.
Del City in the quarterfinals.
Okay.
You saying who will play McGinnis in the quarter, or who will play Del City? Who
will
will
play McGinnis in the quarterfinals?
Coach Jones, you my boy. We do our show, but I'm just saying I think Bishop McGinnis.
Have you looked at the record of Del City and McGinnis when they played each other?
Man, I looked at the record.
Who
I mean,
got-
the
last 5 or 6 years, who's been winning?
last year game went in overtime.
But who won?
Last year game went in overtime.
What?
What does that have to do with winning and losing? Who won?
I mean, Jones.
The game last week went in overtime and they only won by 1. And then you see the man got tackled, but all right.
He did get tackled. But it shouldn't have came down to that. You was up by 10 with 2 minutes left.
True enough.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. We can go back.
All right. So yeah, we already talked about Blanchard beating Newcastle, and then you had Elk City beating Clinton, 14-12. This was one of the games last week that I had circled in 4A. Knew it was going to be a pretty good matchup. And Clinton, who they won the state championship last year in 4A, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe it beat twice this year.
Yeah. Well, they get beat by Elk City, so 14-12. So upset, but
Upset.
So especially after seeing, I thought Clinton would have won after seeing how badly Elk City got beat down by Carl Albert. Granted, they're in two different classes, but I really thought Clinton would come out with the win there, but Elk City pulls off the upset. So now it looks like Elk City is probably in the driver's seat to win their district. So moving on to 3A, you got Lone Grove beating Marlowe 41-21. That was also, I think I highlighted that game last week. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, Lone Grove gets that win and a huge district win right there. So players of the week from last week, we already mentioned a lot of these guys. You had Red Martell, the best running back, 21 carries for, wow, this isn't a game. This is the first time I'm seeing the stats. This is in one game.
Yes.
21 carries for 339 yards.
Yes.
And 6 touchdowns.
Rushing.
And that's rushing. 7 receptions for 136 yards and another touchdown. So 7 total touchdowns.
That's not it.
Only had 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
2, not 1.
2.
2.
Yeah.
That is one hell of a stat line right there.
What about this next guy, though?
So he had a total of 7 touchdowns. Somebody else did, too.
Yes, he did. Jamarian Ficklin, Bird.
Best quarterback in the state.
Bird.
RT put something out the other day, and I said, RT said, what'd you put?
He's one of, if not the best.
And what did I say?
You said he is the
And
best.
I'm just going to keep it 100 because I feel like my word goes a long way. So if you jump on my back and listen to me, I'm telling you, this young man is good, not because somebody told me about him, not because I seen a clip, not because of that. 1, he can play. 2, his personality. 3, his family.
Man.
And when you got all those things going for you, man, a lot of good things going to happen for you, man. I'm just telling you, they're good people. They don't know us from Adam and Eve, but they support the show, and I like that, man, because I'm telling you, this young man, I text him the other day and say, good luck. Bing, bing, thank you. A lot of kids want to
very
we had kids
respectful,
blow us
very
off.
humble.
I mean, we had young people blow us off, man, but now
Very
we got people
respectful.
knocking on our door wanting to get on the show,
So
man.
let me say this.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
I would love to see in the playoffs the Man of Steel, who flies, Superman, go against that bird.
Top quarterback matchup right there.
Wait.
So I'm going to ask you this.
Yeah.
Who will get that win?
I can't call it.
Nah, it's too early to call right now.
Yeah.
I think that game will be
I
that
got
game.
a lot of respect for them Yellow Jackets.
I think that game will be easier to pick after this week. Seeing what Choctaw will be able to do against Deer Creek, I think that might tell the rest of the season for
I think
Choctaw.
it'll be a high-scoring game.
But
Yeah.
after watching Bird and
It's just the
his offensive coordinator and them receivers and their running back, when they played them Titans, I was very impressed.
You talk about the weapons he has, and going back to what I
Man.
said earlier, those windows that he's able to fit his passes into.
Yes.
It's crazy to see a sophomore being able to do that thing.
And guess what?
What?
They get better and better each game.
Yeah, they
The
do.
more games, so you're
And
talking
most
about
of them are sophomores.
sophomores.
They finna be.
Hey,
Think
Man.
about it. Now let's talk about quarterbacks. The Gundy kid's a senior, right? Got a little static. See, that means something. That's that electricity coming through there.
oh, we might have to take a commercial. There it is.
All right. Well, it's in and out. I think we're good now.
The Gundy kid is a senior. The Man of Steel is a senior. Who's left? It's only the Bird.
Birdman.
Hey, you remember the Atlanta Falcons back in the day?
Yeah.
They had that dance.
That Dirty Bird?
Dirty
Yeah.
Bird.
Bird. Hey, we need that Dirty Bird dance.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Where we at now?
Moving on to the next player of the week.
And
Eric
we talked about
we talked about him, Eric McCarty. OU commit, Boomer
4
Sooner.
touchdowns.
4 touchdowns.
Led his team in tackles.
Led the team in
2-point
tackles.
conversion in OT to seal the deal. Shout out to Eric. We really appreciate you giving
Absolutely.
us an opportunity
Yes,
to get
sir.
to know you and interview you. We hope we get to do it again sometime this year, preferably in the championship. You guys deserve it.
Yep.
You was there last year. You got some unfinished business, but there's a few teams that got something to say about that. And last but not least, Players of the Week, Cedric Frazier.
My boy said.
Edmond North receiver, 9 receptions, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Hey,
Wow.
he balling.
Yeah.
He's balling.
I don't think you could ask for that young man to do is keep balling, man.
That's it.
I'm just telling you, he's doing big things, man. Big shout out to Tom George coming on last week, man. Said a lot of words of encouragement. We will be linking up with him more and more as the season goes on and going into the spring season, going out there interviewing his quarterbacks. I'll just tell you, man, we got some
you know
good
what I
things
like
going.
about him? Is he's not – oftentimes you see a lot of guys that only want to put their hands on the guys who have already made it.
He's touching everybody.
Everyone. He's not like, I'll take Spencer. No. He's giving everyone the same opportunity and love, and that's what it's about, because a lot of times you do see that. Like, what happened?
What?
I think we got a call.
Oh, we're getting a phone
We got a
call.
call. We got a call.
We got a call.
Somebody call it.
You want to go get that?
Somebody call and keep it 100. Oklahoma High School Sports.
We'll be right back.
Yellow.
Welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. And on the phone, we have Will Smith, the outstanding defensive lineman, and tight end. He's been catching some passes over there at Choctaw, too. Mr. Will Smith, how you doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So I'm going to just go ahead and get right off into these questions. You know, you guys have Deer Creek this week, and, that's the team that ended y'all season rather early last year, first round of the playoffs. So does this game mean more to you guys this week because of what happened last time y'all met up?
Yes, sir. It means a lot to us. It means, like, we got this thing. It's like it's our revenge tour. Like, our season got ended last year, so that means we got to come back stronger and beat them by more.
There you go. And then, getting back into your earlier career in sports, you were a basketball player. You were doing your thing on the basketball court. So, what made you come out and decide to play football?
My brothers, actually. Both my brothers came in. They played football rather early, like middle school. And then I tried it, and I wasn't really good at it. And then I just, thought basketball was my sport. And then sophomore season came around, and I just had a good season. And then I started getting college looks. And then eventually the summer off season after sophomore season, I got offered by Akron.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that was your first offer?
Yes.
And then who's after that, Oklahoma State?
Yes, sir.
Okay, big time.
All right, there you go.
Folks.
And, you're talented on the field and on the court, obviously. So at the next level, are you looking to play both in college, or are you just going to stick to one sport?
I'm going to stick to one sport.
All right. There you go.
So is that going to be football or is it going to be basketball?
Football.
Well, we don't know that because the guy is, the kid is amazing on the court.
Is he?
Yes, he's like a Griffin.
Really?
Blake Griffin. I mean,
Okay.
the kid is athletic, man. I mean, Willie, this is Tony, man. I got RT and Ethan. Ethan's the one's asking the question right now. I thank you for coming on the show because, at the end of the day, it's all about the young men, and I think you have a great attitude, the way you carry yourself on the court and off the court. But I just tell you, you talk about your basketball and your football career, but your football career is taking off, man. There's a lot of things that you haven't even done yet that people ain't seen. And I know last year you had Deshaun Brown, playing the defensive end, a good friend of yours is up at Oklahoma State now, and now they kind of moves you to defensive end. I think last year you played a little bit of the safety, linebacker, but this year you're playing defensive end. How's that transaction been from linebacker, safety to defensive end? Which one do you like better?
I like defensive end better, just like getting in the trenches, get back there, get to the quarterback, being the first line of defense. Because I know last year our defense, we had the best defense in the state. We did. We just came up short. But losing Deshaun was a big asset, but also losing my brother and all the rest of the D linemen, it was good, but it was also good for me to have that experience so I can lead the rest of the other D linemen that we have. And it's like, once we all figure it out and we gel, we're gonna be the best defense in the state. We already are, but it'll show.
Okay. You want me? You got this?
No, go ahead.
I know you guys lose a great defensive coordinator and you bring on a new guy. I think that did a little bit over with Bigsby. Then he was a little bit in Texas, but now he comes over and he's part of the Yellow Jacket family. And it seems like you guys are not missing a beat. I know you guys lost a tough game to the Yellow Jackets. To the Eagles. A tough game. I know you had a great game, a great touchdown catch, probably about a 60-yarder. They kind of got them back in the game. So what's it kind of been like, losing Coach Bryant, but getting a new coach now that's taking over the helm on the defensive side?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we lose coaches, we gain coaches. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we've grown to like love Coach Clark and like his ability to become our defensive coordinator because he knows what he's doing, and we trust that he's all in with us. Like, he has the same goal in mind, and like we're all on the same road to go get that state championship this year.
That's big time, man. That's what I like to hear. Bring back that first gold ball so y'all can paint that water tower with with a gold ball. So I think that's big time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Getting back into your recruitment, I mean, you're just a junior, and you got a long ways to go as far as your recruitment. You already talked about your offers with Akron and Oklahoma State, but what other schools are in contact with you at the moment?
I have in contact with me. I have Iowa State, Texas Tech, Arkansas State. I've talked to Memphis. I talked to Kansas. Oh, I already said Kansas State. Iowa State, Kansas State, Memphis. Just those are really the main ones.
Gotcha. All good schools.
Yeah, all good schools. And are you planning on taking any more visits this year?
We'll just see how the season goes because I still have basketball season that's coming right after.
Yeah.
So my schedule's kind of full, so I don't know yet.
Got you. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Tony or RT, see what they got for you.
Well, Will, I want to ask you one. How big are you? Are you 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah, I'm 6'4", 230.
Oh, that's easy. I can probably dunk on
you. You talk about your height, and you're playing both sides of the ball for the Yellow Jackets. Do you see yourself more of an offensive player because you have been balling out at the tight end position too, and they can split you out, or do you want to play defense in college?
I honestly don't care. I'm a work hard so I can get on the field. It doesn't matter where I'm at.
Coaches love that.
That's good. That's a good attitude. I know you talk about some of these other schools. I know you got two big time offers in Akron and Oklahoma State, but like I said, you mentioned Kansas. Kansas State, Iowa State, and some of the other schools. I know one of your good friends, Deshaun Brown, is up there at Oklahoma State. Do you see yourself if somebody else came in? I mean, do you see yourself as a poke? Do you want to kind of keep it open, or is there a team that you're waiting on? Because, like I said, I understand it's right down the street, but I like to see you, in maybe a Georgia Bulldog. A little Arkansas has been doing their thing too. You're still in the SEC, so what's a team that you like?
My options are really open. I'm still young, so I'm like usually. I've grown close to OSU, but my options are still open. So I'm not really set in stone on what team I want to be. I'm just focused on this season. I'm not really focused on recruiting or where I want to go to school. I'm just trying to win this gold ball.
That's
it.
There you
go.
So you're talking about winning this gold ball because we're gonna get into it because this Friday night we got the Deer Creek Antlers, like Ethan said earlier, a team that knocked you off. And I know Corbin and those guys have had you watching some film. What does Deer Creek bring to the field this year that they didn't have last year?
Not enough, huh?
Come on now, RT.
He said it.
He said it late, but what?
Got it straight.
Got it straight. But I mean, really watching Deer Creek though, on film, do they look explosive? Do they look like a team that they're gonna give us fits, blocking the edge, or I mean, what do they look like? Because I haven't got a chance to watch them, and we'll be there this Friday night to check you guys both out.
What I want to say, I can't really say it. So
hey, it's called Keep It 100, but I don't want you to get in trouble.
But at the same time, let your game do all the talking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So here we're real heavy on only we can only beat ourselves. We believe that heavy over at Choctaw. We practice to make ourselves better and not practice for an opponent.
Ooh, that's good, man. So I mean, you talk about that real quick, but are you picking at some of them other teams on the other side of the state? Because I know you guys kind of got a little, and I'm keeping it 100. You got the KD schedule this year, like they would say, cupcake. I mean, only team that you really going to face that's going to give you guys any kind of fits has been, Del City, and then I think this Deer Creek game. You knocked everybody else off. You went over there and knocked off Westmore, big 6A. You knocked off Santa Fe, another big 6A. So I don't think you're going to have any problems. You just knocked off Capitol Hill. I don't think you got anybody else left on the schedule that's going to give you any kind of fits, which is going to be good for you guys to get a chance to rest the starters up and getting ready for the playoff with 4 weeks left to go. But is there anybody on the other side of the state that you like, man, we might get them first or second round?
Nah, I don't think anybody in the state can mess with us. Like I'm confident in our team that like we're the best team in the state and we can prove it to anybody. Like we'll show up against anybody. We don't care who our opponents are. We're just gonna show up and compete.
Man, I love it.
And that's great. That's a great attitude to have, Will. I mean, and that's what you want to go, especially being a defensive player like yourself, a guy that's on the edge, man, that can break ship and make things happen. Like I said, I think you guys, I wish you best of luck. Go get that gold ball. I think Choctaw's a team that deserve it, man. You guys have fought hard. I know, I've been there. I've been on the sidelines with some of those players, man, and it's like Steele and some of those guys, RJ, Latrell, some of those guys is their senior year. So I know what you want to do for your brothers that are seniors. The best thing to do, the best Christmas gift you could give them is a state championship and a gold ball. And even Coach Corbin, man. I mean, I know he's been up and down with, people give him a hard time, but at the end of the day, man, he loves that team. And I kind of watched one of his speeches the other day. He said, man, I'm not going nowhere. I want to coach your kids. And when a coach says that, man, I mean, that's real talk because, I've heard him say it before when when my boys went there. So it just tells you how dedicated he is to Choctaw Yellow Jackets. And, you guys are lucky to play for a young coach like that has all the fire. And he loves you guys, man. I'm just telling you, he loves you guys. I mean, that's the thing about it. He loves that Choctaw. Blue and gold, and he always will, because Ethan. We got y'all's helmet up here. Ethan's a Yellow Jacket. But Will, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. Keeping 100. I know you might get a little slack coming on, but hey, real ones come on the show, man, because that's what we do. We keep it 100 here.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on for sure.
Definitely appreciate it. Go out there and make history. When Coach Corbin won, man, he's done a lot of work for the Choctaw community, building it up, and like he said, he wanted to coach y'all's kids, so he's invested. Show how much you invested in him, and be part of history.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck Friday night. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right, no problem. Well, folks, that's Will Smith, the outstanding defensive lineman and receiver. I think he's been more dangerous on that offensive side of the ball catching.
He's just an athlete.
I would like to see him play more tight end.
I think the kid is outstanding.
He's a tight end.
And, like he said, he just started playing football, so he don't even know what's going on yet.
Right.
Wait till somebody get a hold of him and tell him a couple more things. And he still got one more year. Yep. And he's 6'4", but, folks, he can jump out of a gym.
Until y'all just said it.
He can jump out of a gym. He's a hell of a basketball
player,
player,
too. Show like that. Let me go one-on-one.
I mean, I don't want you, man.
No,
I got to have you.
I need him and Foreman.
I got to have you next week.
Man.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can't have you getting hurt.
I can't have you down,
Okay.
man. Everybody be like, what happened to RT? I mean, he got beat up by Will Smith.
By the youngster. Yeah.
You know, Will will slap you in a minute.
Yeah. Well, see, I ain't Chris Rock.
That's what we do here, folks. We keep it what?
100.
I love it, man. Hey, it is so fun. Friday night, I had a blast, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Walking around, I was a Twitter king.
Yeah.
Twitter king. RT, tweet that. I got so good at tweeting, boy. Me and Twitter become best friends.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about tweeting from the show Varsity Blues neither.
Yeah. It was a great, awesome atmosphere from both
Absolutely.
teams from
Yes,
the
sir.
very beginning when what's his name, Coach Mazey allowed you to interview him.
Great.
And then quickly after,
Coach, I'm gonna tell you right now, McAllister, you guys got a real one there.
warm up game 2.
Yeah. Woo!
I have never seen a team do Oklahoma drill before the game.
I saw a player from Moore said, man, we might need to start doing it. Whatever it takes to get us ready. We might have to.
Man.
Coach Mays, hey, big shout out to you, man, in warm-up drill. That's big time,
And then quickly after that, Stone.
Yeah.
David Stone.
We saw,
you got to interview him.
He got to interview the Stone. He got the picture of him, man. Didn't tag us, but he got the picture of him.
Yeah.
Hey, they know where I'm at, though. They know where I'm with.
We know
And
you
then,
will keep
we ended it with they won by 1, so we ended it with the number 1 from McAllister,
Yes,
Eric
sir.
McCarty.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
Big E, you did a good job
Great
on that.
interview, man. I tell
Appreciate
you,
it.
man, I'm so proud of this young man to
Yeah.
have the confidence to go over there and interview him, because I tell you, even myself, I love to talk, but I got a little tongue struck when David Stone, not because he's a superstar or anything like that, but sometimes you get nervous that you don't want to mess up because, we really ain't got time to edit these things. So it's boom, straight from the hip, here we go. But I want to tell you, man, thank you, David Stone.
Yep.
A great young man. Guy has a great smile, man. Now, everybody sit back and think about it. Because, and me and Coach Jones talked about this the other day. Every team, nobody talks about Jones losing Stone, but Carl Albert lost to Quasi. Coeta lost their starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but nobody talks about David. Now, put David
Now,
Stone
what
on
if
this
they?
team.
It'd be unfair.
Put David Stone on this team.
Cheat code.
Man.
You got Jayden on one side, David Stone on the other side with Tango ready to get busy. Stop.
Tank. I'm just telling you.
Good luck running on that.
Hey, I'm telling you right now.
Hey, you got Kanaju and then McAllister.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. Jones is in the lab working. He putting. Hey, he like Christmas. He checking the list twice, seeing who's been naughty or nice.
Yeah.
Because he's coming to win a state championship.
Yes, sir.
You hear what I said? To win a state championship.
To win it, but you also said McGinnis will be there, so that means McAllister won't be there.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
I said it late, but got it straight.
We're going to see. I don't know.
We gonna see.
Eric and Coach Maisie, that made him flex his guns real quick.
He
Like,
was. I said, Coach, man, you work out today? He said, no, I missed all week. As he looked like the Hulk.
yeah.
But
Great coach, man.
yeah, absolutely.
Great coach, man. Great atmosphere over there, man. This is what I like about going to these games, man. We ain't tied to no team. Even though E is a yellow jacket.
I ain't tied to no team. I'm gonna just always root these guys on.
Yeah,
no matter
but
what.
there's nothing wrong with that, man. That's like I said. It's good to have like Will Smith, man, a good guy. We had Stover on a couple weeks ago, man. We like to have every kid on, and if we could, we'll have every kid, but we couldn't cover everything.
Right,
and
right.
we're kind of even off our script tonight. You know, we got Mr. Ortiz, and we have our script. You know, we try to have everything lined up because we want to give everybody the best show we can. And I know sometimes we jump over here and jump over there, but I just tell you right now, it's a pleasure to have that young man on because you know he reached out to me, man. He's like, hey man, I'd like to come on the show. If a great player like that, and I don't care if you got 1 star, 2 star, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, 6 star. If you want to come on and talk high school sports, man, and get your film out there and get your picture on the deal, man, that's what we want. It's called keeping 100, man. Like I said, we do all this for what?
For free.
For free. And now we got
we do it for these kids, give them a
Yeah.
platform to
Yes,
be able
sir.
to give them the recognition that they deserve to celebrate their success, and also give them the exposure if that's what's needed. In addition, that's a form of a partnership with the coaches around here because they can only do so much, and collectively together, it is about the future, our student athletes, giving them every opportunity possible to be successful in life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, y'all want to talk about some big games this week?
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's do
Let's
it.
get that. I think we'll be almost there.
Yeah.
Yep. So 6A1, the game I got circled in 6A1 this week is Norman North and Jinx. It's at
Okay.
Jinx. You got the number 5 team in 6A1 taking on number 3. You know, Norman North, they're 3-2. Jinx starting off at 4-1. I don't think they had the updated records from last week,
I
but
think Norman North gonna get them.
you think
You know,
Norman North gonna upset
they just-
Jinx in
they
there?
just, they just knocked off
I think-
BA.
I don't think it's an upset.
I think Norman North is a little bit better. They just knocked off BA. I think Jinx is down, man.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
are- they are.
You know, and
Something's
everybody's
not
like,
right.
man, Santa Fe must be good, man. It was a 10-30. No, I think Jinx is down. I think I think Zoe has another 4 or 5 minutes in the game. He wins that ball game
Yep.
too. He let him get out to a big lead, but I think Jinx is down, man. I just think that the number 1 team in that state and the 2 best teams in that 6A is going to be Union and then Bixby.
Yep.
And that's it. Everybody else is playing for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and
They
6th.
just practicing.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Jinx, I don't think they're going to get there because, I mean, they're going to play Bixby at the end of the year on ESPN, and it's going to be bad.
Oh, that's
It's
bad.
like Halloween.
Yeah. I mean,
Turn
you
to
saw
Michael
Bixby
Myers.
last week beating
They
Southmore
put up 80.
80-0.
Yeah.
80 points.
Yeah.
Man,
It's crazy.
that's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah.
5A. You already mentioned this, Tony.
hold
but-
on, 6A2.
I'm
My
sorry,
bad. My bad.
Well,
I
we
know.
talked about that as well.
Yeah, but there's another matchup that I like this week in
Okay.
6A2.
Who's that?
Stillwater and Sand Springs.
What?
Well, I mean, Sand Springs has been kind of taking a little beat, man.
Yeah,
they got beat down.
nah.
Went down and played Muskogee on their homecoming, and Muskogee disrespected them and sent them back to their locker room and ate their candy and kissed their homecoming queen. So that's what they do over there at Muskogee. Birdman said, hey, you see that shirt he had on today? I like hot moms.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
I love it,
I
man.
love it. I love hot moms.
I need
Hey,
one of
hey,
them
Bird.
shirts.
Hey, don't tell nobody. I love hot moms too. Don't tell nobody. Hey, Church Jessica.
Hey, Charles Jessica, let me duck.
But no, I'm just saying, man, just to have that kind of attitude, though, man, you know, and to go on the road and, you know, people's talking noise about you, saying things about you, but you got to stay positive, man, because they talked about our Jesus Christ, so that's how people are. It's easy. RT said it better the other day, man. People love bad news.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sells. They want to hear the bad things, you know, about keeping 100. They don't want to hear the good things of how good we're doing because they don't want to hear those things. So, man, keep doing your thing, young man, and it's all going to pay out. I promise you that. I promise you that.
Yep. All right. What's that look for?
Oh, I thought you was gonna finish talking about the Stillwater thrashing
Oh.
on Sand
Ball
Springs.
game. Stillwater wins
I'm just
that.
saying on paper it looks like a good game. You
It's
got
going to be
Stillwater-
the district championship.
Stillwater's
It's going to be
number one.
Stillwater and Muskogee.
Yeah,
Case closed, E.
fair
5A,
point.
5A.
5A.
Playing for the number 1 seed in that district going into the playoffs, McAllister versus Coweta. We've had an opportunity to interview both of the guys from the east side of the state, Eric McCarty and Mason Ford. Good luck to both of you guys. What's most important is stay healthy so that come playoffs time, we can see some good games.
Who wins that game?
McAllister.
E.
I think I'm gonna go with McAllister. Got to. After seeing what I saw last week, I think they got it.
You got to remember, they playing with their backup quarterback.
Yeah.
McAllister had a big victory. They pumped up. You see how they warm up. You see what the coach is bringing. They lost by a touchdown in the finals last year.
They hungry.
Yeah, they're real hungry.
Go ahead.
But
Dustin.
also Guthrie and McGinnis. This could possibly be the number one. Whoever wins this one can come out to be number one, depending on how they do against Carl Albert. So this game right here is going to be huge game.
Yeah.
Hey, can I say something?
And Guthrie only lost to McAllister last year by 6 points.
Yeah.
And I believe their line
and they had to lead the whole game.
And their line is not as good as last year, but they have like 8 or 9 returning starters on defense. Defense wins championships.
Can I
Go
say
ahead.
something real quick, though?
Yeah.
I really, truly think, everybody's kind of sleeping on CA. I think they get the quarterback back. I know they've been kind of going with Cash, but I think you'll go back with a 2-quarterback system. I think you'll let that roll until you can see what Reed can do.
You can never sleep on Carl Albert.
Well, I'm saying until you see what Reed can do, because you got to think the guy's healed. He's going to be hungry. This is it. Because he's going to get to play what? If they can make it to the state championship, he'll play what? 3 games left in the regular season. And then, so that's 7 games. That's almost a season itself.
It
and
is.
he can put up some numbers and put up some film for college coaches. So don't sleep on Carl Albert, because I'm telling you, with Reed DeQuazy coming back,
I hope
he's going to be ready to go. And I think with both quarterbacks, you can run that packages. But I just tell you, man, I think this kid's going to come back with revenge, ready to go. So don't call Carl Albert out.
No, you can't. Never. I mean, they are the kings of 5A.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, so did y'all already make y'all's picks? I had a text come in. So,
for what?
Bishop, McGinnis, and Guthrie.
Ooh.
I got
You
McGinnis.
got a coin?
I got McGinnis.
You got McGinnis?
I'm taking Guthrie in this one. It's at home. Guthrie's got him at home.
Rock
They have a bunch of
Stadium.
returning. That stadium, that atmosphere. Guthrie returned a bunch of their starters from last year. I think I'm gonna take Guthrie in this one.
Bishop McGinnis.
That's fine.
Look at the Irish.
Look at the Irish. They didn't have too much luck last year.
You want to put a chicken sandwich on this one, Tony?
Hey, man, do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. But I'm saying Bishop McGinnis.
All right.
And so if Bishop McGinnis wins, I want you to wear a green T-shirt next week.
Where's me go?
Where's me go?
Yeah, we
I'll
had
have-
it. Go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah. But anyways, moving on to 4A. Here's a good one right here. Wagner and Cushing.
Yes.
Man, that'll be a good
That's a
matchup.
tough
for
game.
you.
Yes.
Cushing got one of the top quarterbacks. Tom George talked about that young man last week. I'm going to go with Cushing on this one. I think Cushing will find a way to get the win. And
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of rooting from Wagner. Rodrigo, younger brother.
man,
True that.
move on.
You don't think so?
There's a bunch of good matchups this week in 4A.
That dude about that tall.
But you got
Hey,
You hear me? He about that tall.
it don't take much to be a
He
scrap.
ain't his brother.
Okay.
He ain't his brother.
Okay.
all right.
But
Move-
Cushing.
All right. Moving on.
3A. Are you gonna?
There's quite a few good matchups in 4A this week. You got Blanchard and Tuttle. That should be a pretty
That's
good
for
one.
the state. That's for the district championship. I'm gonna take Blanchard in this.
I'll take Tuttle. I got a cousin that used to play out there, so I'm gonna ride with Tuttle. Just got a feeling.
We all got cousins.
But, and then another one right here, Hilldale at Poto. That'll be a good one.
Yes, sir.
Both teams are 4-1, and then I think there's one more that I saw on there. Maybe not. Yeah. All right. We'll move on to 3A.
That's me.
Let's see, Plainview and Lone Grove.
Yep.
That'll be a pretty good game right there. And
That Metro Christian and McLeod.
Yeah, Metro
McLeod's
McLeod
lost two games in a row, man. They're done.
Yeah,
Their funk is over.
Okay.
Their playoff championship game was beaten here, and it stopped at week 1. They ain't done that since week 1. So, good luck to you guys, McLeod. But that's ball game. Metro Christian blow them out.
All right.
Alrighty then. And then what else? We gonna talk 2A2?
Pick a game.
Let's see. Well, there's so many. My goodness. There's really not. There's no matchups that really jump off the screen. Yeah.
Great teams, but not really good matchups.
Yeah.
Unless someone is get upset.
We can talk about Bethel taking on Chandler.
What's Bethel's record? I need to go out there and see Coach Ginn and do a little show with him.
If Squirtle's accurate, it says it's 3-2.
3-2.
And then Chandler's 4-1.
They got the same record as OU. Okay.
Bet they do.
Shot. Well, folks, man, like I said,
90 and 19.
What we do, this show should be up on Thursday. Coach Jones' show be up on. Yes, we'll have Keep It 100 up on Thursday. We'll have the Coach Jones up on this Friday. Their homecoming, come out and support Dell City in their homecoming. Carl Albert, I have who they got Southeast this week. Midwest City's got back on the winning track. Midwest City can easily win their district. So I mean, don't sleep.
I think they will.
Don't sleep on the Bombers. So,
and that'd be awesome for the Middale schools.
Yeah.
All of them making the playoffs.
All of them's gonna make the playoff, but only one's gonna win the district.
Yeah, and then only one of them having a chance to win it. So.
And it's your Bombers, is what you're saying?
My Bombers.
Oh, okay.
Well, my Bombers.
No.
I'm just telling you, watch out for them Bombers, man. They took a little beating at the
DJ.
End, but Coach Hall and DJ got them turned around. And that's all it takes, man. You never know. It's all it takes. Law's not a bad team, no. Neither though. I know they got beat the other day, but you gotta watch out, man. I know I love what Will was saying. They're the best team. I don't know about saying all that though.
What if somebody gets hurt? What if someone gets sick? What if someone's ineligible?
Yeah, I don't know if and the only reason I said it because Choctaw's schedule, man, it was tough. I mean, you played Dell City, but you haven't played anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're not going to play anybody else after this game, so it's kind of.
They got Lawton. That has potential to be a good game. Lawton's been pretty solid.
Okay, who else they got after that?
No, then after that,
that's
nobody,
it. That's what I'm saying. So you're not.
But let me say this.
Okay.
They didn't have any games prior to playing Dell City, and they made a heck of a run in that game.
But everybody knows that game, man. That game gets you, man. That game got you pumped up. Got everybody pumped up. You ready to go play that game.
So why can't they get pumped up?
You're not
going to
get pumped up playing for none of these other teams.
What I'm saying,
I'm gonna get pumped up
come
playing
playoffs, you don't think they're going to get pumped up for
they
playoffs?
might, but, man, you got to build yourself back up. You know, me and Jones talked about this the other day. You know, you come off bye week.
But you can have some nice heavy hitters towards the end, and that can take your confidence as well going into the playoffs if you don't win.
Hey, who the shots I got at the very end?
I'm saying if they did. Now, what if they lost? And then you go into the playoffs and you kind of beat up and your confidence is low. So it's all on how you look at it.
I'm just saying you don't. I don't know. I think they should. Whoever did that district should have broke that up a little bit better, man. You got everything packed on this side and you got two teams on this side.
It's the same with 5A. When you look at District 3 and 5A, when you got Carl Albert, McGinnis, and Guthrie, if you look at those three teams in the last 10 to 12 years, who won
really, if you look at the other side of 6A too, who's there outside of Stillwater and Muskogee?
I mean, you still got
2-2.
You still got
you got two heavy hitters on both
still
sides.
Can come over here and beat somebody though. I mean, you still got Sand Springs. I mean, Booker T is just horrible. They got 25 kids out for football. They're just bad. They should move down to 4A. They're bad. So I mean, I'm just saying, Booker T just got beat up last week. I mean, they're not very good.
Maybe they're just having a down year.
Yeah, it happens.
I mean, it happens. I mean,
from college, OU to everywhere.
Yeah.
He likes throwing it OU.
You know, he's just happy that he can finally talk about his team is finally relevant.
But this is
OSU's finally winning games and doing stuff.
Are we talking about last year when they beat OU, or are we talking about this year?
I'm talking just recently, past 2 years. 3 years ago, you wouldn't have nothing to say.
Hey, this is real talk, though.
They're okay, but OU, I mean, they're doing their thing, you know?
This is real talk, though. When it comes down to it.
OU's so bad the coach left.
OU would beat OSU. OU would beat OSU.
I would like to think so, but.
No.
OSU's solid this year. I got to give it up to him.
Who they got? The quarterback?
Quarterback solid. Running back solid. Defense solid. Dominic, he had a good game this past week.
Nick.
Never beat them Black Gold Bombers.
Who? Oh, you talking about Little League?
I'm just saying.
He talking about Little League.
What does Little League got to do it now, man?
Coaching is coaches. Where it starts at, right?
He did. Yeah, I don't know. He never beat those Titans in high school either. So I don't. You may be on something.
I keep it.
I don't know. I would like to think OU would beat OSU, but at the end of the day, I don't know.
It's a rival game.
I mean, it's a rivalry
You
game.
never know what happened. It's the last.
But
best.
OSU just went out and beat.
I think OU
Baylor
went
in their
out
house.
at home the rest of the season. I will put that on this show. I think OU wins out the rest of the season. Hey, follow us on Keep It 100. Subscribe to our show, folks.
Yes.
We are doing big things.
You
on
just
website.
contradicted yourself, though, Tony. You told me earlier in the show you don't. So mind switch. You said OU wouldn't win out.
Man, that's what I do, E. I play mind games with you. That's why
You play mind games
I
with
play
me?
mind games.
All right.
Got you going like that. Huh?
Like that? Yeah. Is that how you was dancing at the Mary J. Blige concert? Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, brushing off the shoulders.
Yeah. Well,
I'm back.
But
no, what I'm saying is, though, follow us on Twitter. Follow
Yeah.
us, man. Keep it 100, Oklahoma High School Sports, man. I'm telling you right now, I think we're doing big things. I said our website should be up this week. We'll have all our interviews and the people that we interview, talk about our scholarship, talk about our sponsors.
Yep.
Folks, we're for real. We'll be opening up the checking account next week with Keep It 100, Oklahoma High School Sports checking account. HR Jessica's on top of that. We're not here to. Hey, folks, I know people thought we just here to play around, but we're here to stay, and I mean that. I'm hoping to make this my full-time ride because I'm about to retire in 10 years, so I gotta have something to fall back on. Another shout out real quick. I want to give it up to my baby girl Zoe Johnson. She'll be turning 12 years old here in a couple weeks, but I want to give a shout out to her for making the 6th grade team at Carl Albert, 6th grade basketball team. Got the chance to watch her practice a little bit yesterday. She puts in the work.
Practice is open where you can watch?
It was just they had parent meetings, so they let you get an eye.
Yeah,
a little
okay.
eye.
Little twos.
But, I mean, little twos. But she told me, she said, "Dad, I'm in middle school now. I really don't want you at practice." It hurt. It did. But I understand
Baby
she's
girl
growing up.
a
She's
little
growing
bit.
up, so she got to go take her things on the side. But I want to say thank her and the other young ladies that made the team. Looking forward to their season. Should be fun. They have a great little group. That 6th grade team is going to be salty.
Now we got something else to cover.
Oh yeah, we cover.
love it.
Yeah, we got. But I tell you, man, high school sports is something that me and RT is going to do with E. We're not going nowhere. Big shout out to E, like covering the Eric guy. I think it gave it another energy. He came with his notes tonight, folks. Ready to go.
He came ready.
He came ready, man. He ready to play. Big shout out to RT. Well, all the things that he does that you guys don't see behind the scenes, the videos, the things that he does to the team, man. I mean, not just any team. He likes every team, and I mean, it sucks a little bit that we got him full time now. And I'm happy, but he does a lot for us, man. He really does, man. And I can't wait to work with him in wrestling. That's gonna be fun. My son should be getting to start his. Somebody asked me this, man. I ain't heard much about Gabe. You're right, you haven't. But when he does get the knocking, you're gonna know he's here. 'Cause that boy ready. He ready.
Let's go,
I'm
Gabe.
just telling you, man. I don't care who you put in front of him.
Right.
You better have that kid straight, because I know he sat out last year. He redshirted, and that's the first time he's ever had to do that in his career. And he put on the pounds. He put the work in. Went to Stillwater. Worked out twice a day. Getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My boy like Rocky. Dun 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 dun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Proud papa, man. I'm telling you,
Should
man,
be.
I wait to see that boy put the work in, though. But like I said, I love these guys, man. We'll be at that Carl Albert. Sorry, that's next week. We'll be at that Choctaw Deer Creek game. I think it's going to be a great game. I think Choctaw beats them by 14. And I know people like, man, no, I just think Choctaw. I mean, you heard Will say, man, can't nobody beat them in the state. They ready to go. I just think Choctaw got a little bit more firepower. I know Coach Corbin, he's gonna make this last big run.
It's your year, Corbin. Let's get it.
He's gonna lose. Like I said, he'll lose still, but he'll gain cash. So I don't think he falls off too much. But I just think that this team right here with all the scenes with RJ Steele, Stover.
There'll be some big shoes to fill next season for sure.
Got a lot. You got a lot to fill. And Gaines. What's the other big time receiver? My favorite, Jack Smith. They got a lot of stuff to fill, but I think they can get it done though. So, but like I said, I know Muskogee and Stillwater and some of the other stands in the way, but it's gonna be great playoff, man. I can't wait. I know football season when playoffs start, football's almost over.
Yeah,
but we'll be right there though. But folks, we thank you. RT, tell me your Twitter real quick.
Oh, they see it.
Okay. Tell me your Twitter real quick.
It's Man, I don't remember. I think it's
Ethan
Ethan_Z_Davis.
Yeah, all that underscore.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I think that's what my Twitter is. So give me a follow on Twitter. He won't shout out his Twitter, so you want me to shout it out for you, RT?
Sure, go ahead. It's Big RT_Sherman.
There you go.
Big RT.
Sometimes he don't give himself enough credit, but this guy,
I'm low
he's
key,
a
man.
real deal. He's a real deal. He does a lot for us, and we appreciate having him on.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
No, and I tell you though, man. Like I said, with the website, I think it's gonna be cool. You guys can go see some of my work and some of my past work, and then future work. Like I said, one thing we are asking for, if you're you're a small business, you're trying to get up and going, man, we'd love to put you on our ads, and like we do, Eric Sanford and
Rain Down Roofing.
Not only that,
Yeah.
accepting small donations, and Ethan will take care of your senior pictures. Get it, Ethan.
That's a
Small
tall
donation.
ask.
And he'll do the best that he can with senior pictures, just hanging out, having fun, interviews and stuff like that. Let's have fun.
Yeah, that's it. Let's keep it at what?
100.
Oklahoma
High School Sports.
We'll see you
ya.
next time. See ya.
I gotta keep it 1-for-100. My man keep it 1-for-100. My ladies keep it 1-for-100. My peoples keep it 1-for-100.